How the Most Hated 7th Grader Got Revenge, video by Patrick CC, and this is covering the Rebecca Black Friday music video situation. Now, I remember watching this whole thing go down like over a decade ago, right? It's actually wild to think about that she was just a 7th grader, and she was like the most hated person on the internet. Because, well, okay, well, first, before going into it, Rebecca Black was this girl at the time that had made a music video titled Friday, and it was really hated upon by everybody. It was like memed upon. It was like, it's everyday, bro, but like people legitimately just did not like the song. Well, I mean, I guess the same thing was for It's Everyday, Bro, but, or I guess for more recent comparison, like The Thick of It, it was kind of like that. But the Friday music video, I mean, okay, everybody has opinions, right? But it was okay, it just wasn't good at all, really. And then it got memed on a lot during the time, and it was just like a bunch of people said it was like a bad song, just like with the voice, I think. The voice, the lyrics, and it was just like, it just got roasted upon everywhere. So it was that, and it's wild to think that Rebecca Black was just a 7th grader at that time. But yeah, dude, the like to dislike ratio, I don't know if these numbers are accurate, like 100% accurate during a certain point at that time, but the hatred of it was real, where it had like so many dislikes compared to likes. But let's see what Patrick CC's got for us here. Oh, and for the record, well, I don't know about for the record, because I don't know if I can remember how I fully felt about this situation back when it was taking place. The memes were funny. The music video, I never really hated it. I mean, I've never really hated any artistic endeavors that like people took, especially in the music industry. So like, I never really necessarily hated the video, but I did find the memes around it funny, where it was just like roasting it. I was never one of those people that like genuinely hated the video. It was just like, okay, I can see why other people find it bad, but I don't know. For me, it was just, I just saw this whole thing go down in the meme culture and in the YouTube space. It was the everyday bro of its time, just people hating on it. Later on, I did kind of feel bad for her because she would still be like getting roasted and stuff, but nowadays she's doing good. And at least from what I've seen, she now has like a bunch of supporters and stuff, and she's doing good in life as far as I've seen. But now let's get into this Patrick CC video.
What started as a blog post that was lightly poking fun at a silly song made by a 7th grader turned,
damn, dude, March 11, 2011.
Dangerous when a group of internet scum orchestrated an attack known as Operation Black Friday. The hackers doxed Rebecca, releasing her home address, parents' work addresses, and the information for the middle school she attended.
Dude, see, like, that's like way pushing it far, man. But like, the internet was like a wild place back then, bro. It was the wild, wild west. It still kind of is now, but back then it was just like when it was like new and everything. Social media was like new and everything. Stuff like this would just be normalized, but now if like something like this were to take place, a bunch of people would call it out, or people wouldn't really do this in general just because of bad music video. But back then, dude, they would just go after them apparently.
Along with a copy of its calendar and a map of the campus, knowing exactly where she will be and when.
Wait, even her schedule?
And a map of the campus.
But not her schedule. Bro, that would like wild, man.
Knowing exactly where she will be and when. The plan posted to 4chan's B-board read, here are some simple orders. 12 p.m. EST, start calling the school with all of the numbers and tardy bull. Fax as many nudes of anything, girl, horse for example, and put Rebecca's name on it. At 1 p.m. EST, DDoS Arc Music Factory. At 3 p.m. EST, start requesting her sorry excuse for music on the radio. As if her life being in danger wasn't hard enough on the young girl, Rebecca Black's song Friday was the catalyst of relentless cyberbullying. It briefly became the #1 most disliked YouTube video of all time, and was widely regarded as the worst song and video ever made.
Even searching up the worst song ever. Searching up the worst
and was
song
widely
ever.
regarded as the
shows up as hers first. Look at that. Wait, what? If this is like a real screenshot, I don't know if, I mean, I think it's real. Why would someone fake the numbers here? But look at that, dude. 2 months ago, 110 million views. In 2011. That's actually wild. That just shows like how culturally relevant and known this video was, whether for good or bad. It's mostly bad. But this was like a huge moment in time, dude, on the internet for sure.
Worst song and video ever made.
Let me just call out mention the Me Gusta phase. Bro, the internet was different back then, man.
song and video ever made. This is the story of how the entire internet attacked a 7th grade girl and how she ultimately got her redemption. 13-year-old Rebecca Black was initially inspired by her classmate Alana Lee, who released a song and professional music video called Butterflies. Now, Rebecca had been singing and dancing in school talent shows and musicals since she was a toddler. Therefore, the idea of making a music video sounded like a fun new experience. Becca went home and asked her mom if she could make one like her classmate. So they reached out to the company who produced the Butterflies video, Arc Music Factory. Arc Music was owned and operated by Patrice Wilson, who would ultimately create the viral song that turned...
Ain't this like the Diddy vibes, dude? Like, kind of like how the fit and the glasses are worn?
Rebecca's life upside down. Making terrible pop songs for little girls was not Patrice's first choice as a career path. He started a record label but didn't have money to give artists.
Oh, but he's like Kendrick vibes.
He started a record label but didn't have money to give artists for recording and marketing costs. Instead, artists would pay him using Arc Music as a gateway to the entertainment industry. For a couple $1,000s, Arc Music would write a song, get a studio, produce the song, take photos, record a video, and even submit all of that to more legitimate labels. However, Patrice soon realized his company primarily attracted one specific group: fame-hungry teenagers and their parents who could afford to risk the multi-$1,000 investment. The first audition was more like, what the heck is going on? These are all kids. We tried to go with being selective, but when you're also starting a business, we can't be too selective. Despite the young teens being his only clientele, he always managed to fit himself in the videos, whether he was just acting, singing.
He was in the Friday music video. Yeah, in the Friday music video, he's like in the car, right?
Whether he was just acting,
driving the car where Rebecca Black and her friends are in the back seat, kicking in the back seat,
singing background vocals, or rapping his own verse. It's almost like he saw Ludacris jump on Justin Bieber's song Baby, which earned over 1 billion views, peaked at number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, and sold over...
Wild, dude. It's wild that Baby by Justin Bieber didn't make it to the past the number 5. They didn't get not just number 1 in general. It didn't peak at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, but it didn't even apparently get to either number 1, 2, 3, or 4. It peaked at number 5. That's actually wild, dude, because that song was everywhere during that time.
At number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 and sold over 10 million units, and crafted his entire business model to try to recreate that moment. Now, Rebecca's mom just wanted to...
He kind of did, like right there we see him in the car, so he kind of did, but in a hated music video. Well, Baby was also hated, but yeah, Brody caught in to the crossfire a little bit too.
Entire business model to try to recreate that moment. Now, Rebecca's mom just wanted to support her daughter's passion, so she paid the $4,000, and Patrice seemingly slapped together something that was good enough to fulfill the excitement of a 13-year-old girl.
Then they sent me, it was called It's Friday at the time, and I was just like, cute, okay. Whatever. Nobody's gonna see this. Like, let's run it, you know?
They recorded the song, then filmed the music video at Rebecca's house with all of her real friends to make her more comfortable on camera, and Rebecca said the experience was pretty normal.
It wasn't really like this big glamorous ordeal or anything like that. I had gone to Forever 21 to pick out my outfit the day before. I had invited a few of my friends. I thought that would be a lot more fun. I remember doing that performance shot, not knowing what to do with my arms. So I think if you watch the video, like I'm just standing and dancing like this for the whole time, which, God, it was a fun day.
Rebecca didn't hear anything back from Patrice for a few weeks after the shoot. She never got to see a rough draft or make any creative decisions on the video edit. The first time she saw the video was when it was uploaded to YouTube on February 10th, 2011.
What did you think of the song and the video and everything at first?
I think I was probably more concerned about like myself than anything.
Yeah.
Like I was so hyper focused on this is what I look like on camera and just picking my own self apart and like I look a little awkward there and like because this was never meant to be like this is my pop star debut.
Yeah.
Like I was literally just on my own vibe. Like I didn't really consider it to be something that was going to be seen by a lot of people. So
yeah.
Becca got to show her friends and classmates the video, and it just seemed like it would be a cute memory for her to look back on. The video got 4,000 views in the first 28 days, but on the 29th day, Rebecca's world was about to come crashing down. But first...
So on the first month, it only had 4,000 views. But as we've seen here, it says 2 months ago, 110 million views. But in the first month, it only had like 4,000 views. So in a month, it got like 100 million views basically. That's wild, dude.
This world was about to come crashing down. But first, a quick word from today's sponsor, Aura.
There's an Aura sponsorship by Patrick CC. If you want to support him, you know, I'm watching the whole video in reaction, but there's the link. But as for the video right here, my reaction to the video, which is pass over it, but Patrick CC got sponsored by Aura.
On March 11th, 2011, the song was posted to Comedy Central star Tosh.0's blog with the title, "Songwriting Isn't for Everyone." At the time, the Tosh.0 website was averaging 3.2 million visitors, which was just enough traffic to start this viral storm. The blog post was merely criticizing the song's terrible lyrics, even acknowledging that she did not write them, which was true. It was written entirely by Patrice.
So it was just someone that put the video onto Tosh.0, the Tosh.0 website. Damn, dude, the butterfly effect, man.
Wilson. And to be fair, the lyrics are pretty bad. The song is essentially about an average middle school girl's life on a Friday, waking up in the morning, eating cereal for breakfast, going to the bus stop, seeing your unlicensed.
But like, I wonder how the person that posted that, like, I wonder how they found it. I wonder how they found it, man.
Friends drive up to your house and not being confused by that, but rather not knowing what seat to take. Nobody wanted to admit it at the time, but the chorus was objectively catchy. Who doesn't love Friday?
Sure.
Who isn't looking forward to the weekend? However, the part where Patrice clearly exhausted the little creativity he did have was in the bridge where he had Rebecca sing, "Yesterday was Thursday, today it's Friday, we so excited, tomorrow is Saturday, and Sunday comes afterwards." And then of course he had to jump in to have his ludicrous moment. The Tosh blog poking fun at the lyrics was more than fair criticism. Others would not be so gracious, beginning to share some of the most hateful, vitriolic opinions.
Dude, over a video that did like nothing to them, and they're telling her to go be not living. Bro, that's wild, man.
About the young girl. There seemed to be a particular trend of telling her to die. 4 days after the Tosh blog post, the official video for Friday had 7 million views. Stories on thousands of websites and blogs, most of them sporting negative headlines such as, "Why do we hate Rebecca Black? Rebecca Black's bizarrely bad video," and many claiming it to be the worst video or song of all time. At that point, if you typed in "worst song ever" on YouTube, her video would be the first recommended. A few days after her explosive virality, Rebecca did an interview on the morning news and shared how harsh people were treating her.
"You're so fat and you'll never be pretty. You suck at singing. I hope you go and I think you should get an eating disorder because that'll make you prettier."
Additionally, Rebecca wanted to prove to her haters she could actually sing, since most people were critical of her monotone voice with the auto-tune cranked up high.
Yeah, it was just like a little bit like high pitchy voice that was kind of sound like nasally too, but it was from what I assume would be they were playing with her voice and they just made that higher pitch sound. But that's what got it, man.
But they weren't exactly impressed with her acoustic version either.
"Gotta make my mind up with sleep, cannot take."
Yeah, because we just hear the original.
"It's Friday, Friday."
Unfortunately for Rebecca, the mainstream coverage just attracted more negative attention, sending the song into the tens of millions of views, most of which were just spam.
That should look like a lightsaber, though. I remember people would say that it's got the red lightsaber. Well, not this video. Well, I'm sure they said about this video, but like videos with high dislikes, they would just call them a red lightsaber. And it really does look like it.
Spamming the dislike button. There were definitely a lot of people just trolling, using her song and likeness as nothing deeper than a meme. Even deaf people said they were grateful they couldn't hear the song. However, you could imagine for a 13-year-old girl, it could often be difficult to tell the difference between harmless trolling and vitriolic bullying, especially with 4chan users doxing her and encouraging people to attack her middle school, or the countless death threats that prompted real criminal investigations. The bullying got so intense that her parents opted for her to be homeschooled, to which, of course, was celebrated as a victory for her online haters. It seemed like everything Rebecca did just amplified the hate. She appeared on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, where she performed Friday for the first time. She was accused of lip-syncing when the backing track began before she even had the microphone in her hands, which is a totally normal practice for performers, but nobody was giving her the benefit of the doubt. At this point, the fastest way to go viral on YouTube was to simply make fun of or parody Friday. Countless YouTubers including Nihahiga, Bart Baker, and Dashi XP made remixes to the song. The Annoying Orange posted a Friday parody that has almost more views than the original. Several TV shows and media outlets poked fun at Black and her viral song. Conan O'Brien had a segment on his show where he made a parody of Friday called Thursday. In a less overtly mocking tone, Fox's Glee performed the cover of Friday in the episode Prom Queen. Just a couple weeks after going viral, her video officially surpassed Justin Bieber's Baby to become the most disliked video on YouTube. Patrice not only fulfilled his business prophecy, but he was able to one-up Bieber and Ludacris. Ironically, many celebrities were the ones who showed support for Rebecca.
Yeah.
Fun, more fun, pom-poms. What do you think? Now, honest opinion, Chris Brown. Honest opinion
honestly,
of Rachel
I'm
Black.
never a hater. Oh, it was great. I actually liked it. I'm gonna be jamming to it on Friday.
Gotta get down on Friday.
One of the most shocking supporters was television personality and record executive Simon Cowell, who is a ruthless music critic. Simon advised Rebecca not to listen to anyone over the age of 18. I'm being deadly serious. Whatever she's done has worked. Whether you like her or not, she's the most talked about artist in America right now. Nobody over the age of 18 should understand her or like her, so she should just do it her way. Even Lady Gaga spoke out in support of Rebecca.
So what do you think about the future of fame through YouTube?
I think it's fantastic. I say Rebecca Black is a genius, and anyone that's telling her she's cheesy is full of shit.
However, the main criticism...
Well, with all respect to Gaga, you know, she's a legend. But yeah, the video was a bit cheesy. I mean, there's no denying that, really. But yeah, now with calling Rebecca a genius, it was an accidental genius moment. But what would have been like Rebecca's like more genius attributes would be if she did a whole lot more, kind of like in how Jake Paul got the hate for It's Everyday Bro. He took the hate and then made it into something bigger, and then he took, well, obviously we see him where he has it now, but like when It's Everyday Bro dropped, he capitalized on it. I don't, as far as I can recall, Rebecca Black didn't necessarily capitalize on that big fame. I mean, but she probably didn't even want fame to begin with. She just wanted to do something like kind of fun. But she didn't capitalize on that fame to go on to do other work. She likely did do other projects and stuff, but I don't think anything ever like really surpassed the, for lack of a better term, popularity of what happened with her with Friday. It's kind of like I'm comparing here to like It's Everyday Bro. Like Jake did use that hatred that he got for It's Everyday Bro, and then continued to do vlogs, and then obviously now we see him with the boxes, so he capitalized on the hatred that he got, and is now like this hugely popular, influential, notorious boxer now in the space of sports and combat fighting. But yeah, I mean, either way, like, I mean, yeah, she was getting like a whole lot of hate and stuff, but she did have something there. So Gaga with that, not too off. But yeah, it's fun to see that even back then, Gaga was tapped in with the culture there.
And anyone that's telling her she's cheesy is full of shit.
However, the main criticism that's...
Okay, yeah. Rebecca Black was... What she did in the music video was cheesy. The music video is cheesy. The lyrics are cheesy. But Rebecca Black herself, as a person, likely not cheesy. She's probably like, nah, I'm sure she was like down to earth at that time, and as she is now, down to earth. So, yeah, Rebecca Black herself, not cheesy, but during that time, like, what was portrayed to us in the music video and everything, that was cheesy, and you can't really deny it. But yeah, that's just what I had to say on that.
Seemed to be widely accepted as fair was the notion that her parents paid for her to be a star. These people must be fame-grubbing, artistically bankrupt, déclassé narcissists. It's all so tacky. It's so sad. It's so shamefully desperate. Now, there is some nuance to be considered here. It's unfair to say Rebecca was desperate for fame, but since she was a performer since the age of 2, she did like the idea of becoming a star.
I just didn't know, like, I was like a fan of YouTube. I was a fan of like Justin Bieber and like all the things happening then. I wasn't ready for that then.
Since American media glamorizes the celebrity lifestyle, it's not uncommon for a young girl to desire the red carpets, bright lights, and fans screaming their name. She loved to perform. She loved making music. Then again, she never thought Friday would be seen by anyone. She even recognized Friday was not a good song, but she also did not write it. Other critics wrote, "The only thing more horrifying than Rebecca Black's terrible Friday is the sad, easily exploited longing for fame she represents." This is a better critique of the industry as a whole. Rebecca was the product of an untalented record producer who was seemingly desperate for fame. It could be argued that Patrice used Rebecca and others to get himself publicity as a viral songwriter and music mogul, someone who could make your child's pop star dreams come true. He even hosted talent auditions on Good Morning America for his next star, only for it to be a commercial for his auto-tuned microphone toy. To make matters worse, Rebecca and her mother sued Arc Music Factory for copyright infringement and unlawful exploitation of publicity rights.
Oh, because didn't like the original Friday music video get like taken down, and then a new one came up, and then the new one that's up now, that's like the new one, is not the actual original one. Because over here, Rebecca Black Friday, it's on the Rebecca channel. It's not on that original Arc channel that I got uploaded to, the one that showed up in the screenshot there, but it's on the Rebecca channel. Yeah, like over here, Busy 66 or something like that, Trizzy. It's not the Rebecca channel. So this original video got taken down, and it's now up on the Rebecca channel.
Rebecca and her mother sued Arc Music Factory for copyright infringement and unlawful exploitation of publicity rights. The original agreement was that Black would own the exclusive rights to the song since they paid the recording and production costs. But then Arc Music began selling ringtones without their permission. Selling ringtones was a lucrative business in the early 2000s, generating billions of dollars annually before smartphones and streaming services took over. Customers paid anywhere from $1 to $4.99 to purchase a single ringtone. Since Rebecca was meant to own the rights to the song, all of the profits should have been going to her, but they weren't. According to an assessment made by Billboard, the 13-year-old was netting roughly $24,900 per week from track sales. The sales and streaming data actually launched the song to the number 58 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. Arc Music later even tried to charge $2.99 to watch the music video on YouTube. Patrice and Arc Music were trying to unlawfully snag whatever revenue they could. At this point, Rebecca had the worst introduction to the music industry and fame you could imagine. Most people in her position would crack under the pressure, but she did the opposite. She fought back, first by...
Dude, and getting all that hatred online, man. It's just like people telling her to go be unalive. Hashtag end of the world confession, I'm more of a Saturday person.
Embracing the memes and making fun of the song herself.
Gotta have my bowl, gotta have cereal. That line is about consumerism. I gotta have my bowl, I gotta have my cereal. We can't live without these things in modern society. And for some people, it's a mortgage, and others, it's a bowl of cereal. Well, the choice between the front seat and the back seat is actually a metaphor for American foreign policy. Front seat, Afghanistan, back
it's cool to
seat,
see that
Iraq.
she had fun with
We gotta make our mind up.
Then by fighting Arc Music to retain full ownership of her song and re-uploading it to her official YouTube channel. My mom said to me, "We can either keep it up on YouTube or take it down." I said, "No, I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of making me take it down. No, this is going to work out. I just want to let it go. Let it do its thing."
Were you guys ever able to make any money from that whole situation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I own the master to the song.
Okay.
I didn't write it, so I don't own the publishing, but I own the
So
master.
you own the recording. So anytime anybody used the song, you get paid. So that's nice though that you at least made a little bit of money from it. And you still are you still getting paid for sometimes people use it and
Yeah, sometimes.
Nice.
Patrice desperately tried to recreate this viral moment with other young acts after Friday, but failed miserably. Rebecca then started posting YouTube videos consistently, building a real fan base of people who understood that she was just a normal girl who got stuck in an unfortunate situation.
I think I don't want to have to look back when I'm older and think wow, I wasted all the time being young, being unhappy.
She was even invited to star in Katy Perry's music video for her hit song, Last Friday Night. She continued to release singles, but none of which matched the success of Friday, with fans believing that her debut was what caused the lack of support. If this was pushed by Disney, it would have been loved. In 2013, Rebecca teamed up with YouTuber Dave Days to release a song titled Saturday, peaking at number 55 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Another peak or another Billboard top Hot 100 placement. when was this? December 2013? Bruh. It's like about 2 years after Friday and it's just still popping. Well, I mean, I guess it just kind of is like the sequel. I never heard of it though. I never listened to it, I guess, from what I can recall, but still had that motion, man.
100. Some felt this was a positive way for her to jab back and embrace the jokes. However, others
Some
looked at
references.
this as a mere desperate attempt to gain attention, which resulted in more memes and a resurgence in bullying. And as a result,
Dang.
she finally decided it was time to step away. So there came a point where everybody that I was working with, management, all of that, I let go of all of them, and I just stopped. My parents and I agreed I'm going to go back to high school. Yet again, Rebecca had the foresight to recognize how this was all not going to play out in her favor. People feeling sorry for you is not a good way to build a fan base, nor can you just jam music down people's throats. So instead of continuing to do that, she spent time figuring out how to write her own music and put in the 10,000 hours to discover her inner artist.
Just as
Good
I
for her.
started to grow into like adolescent version of me, music became the thing that really changed my life and saved my life in a lot of ways. And that was something that I knew I had to dive into myself without other opinions. So when I graduated high school, I moved up and I just started writing, and I wrote a lot of bad songs, like a lot. I had to go through that in order to really learn the repetition, and also learn that like if I'm ever gonna do this in a way that is meaningful and good, I have to trust that I have something to say, which is like artist 101.
She re-entered the game with a significant social media following, who remained open-minded towards her new music. In the summer of 2016, Rebecca released the song titled The Great Divide, her first release of new material in almost 3 years. It reached number 23 on the US dance charts, but that would unfortunately be her last song to make the charts. Every year since 2016, she kept her foot on the gas, dropping multiple songs per year and experimenting with various genres, refusing to give up on this dream. Then, in a dramatic twist of fate, the very song that once destroyed her, she was able to rewrite its history and catapult a resurgence in her career.
Wait, how so? And then also, did she ever drop an album?
In 2021, to commemorate the 10th anniversary
Wait,
of her
what?
infamous debut, Rebecca Black
Dude,
released
with the
a
old
hyperpop remix of Friday, produced by Dylan Brady of 100 gecs, and featuring eclectic artists such as Dorian Electra, Big Freedia, and 303. The track was reimagined to a frenetic symphony of glitchy beats and warped vocals. The music video is a kaleidoscopic
This I did not
explosion
see.
of Y2K aesthetics with futuristic elements. She was also able to get herself a web redemption from Daniel Tosh, the man who arguably
Tosh.
caused this virality in the first place.
Do you blame...
Wait, but did Daniel Tosh find it and then post it onto the website, or did someone else post it on the website on their own account? Or, well, either way, like, but even if someone did show it to Daniel Tosh here and then Daniel Tosh posted it, somebody still found the video, because I don't think that Daniel Tosh himself found the video on his own and then posted it. I think like probably someone showed it to him, but even still with that, the butterfly effect is crazy, man.
me for making people aware of the video? Or do you give us credit?
Oh, no, right here, posted by Mike Pomeranz. Okay, so, but it was still on the Tosh.L blog.
For making
I do give you credit.
Oh, you give us credit
all
for
the
it.
time.
We were obviously, let's not, we weren't like, oh my God, this is the greatest song in the world. We were like, look at this. This is insanity.
I mean, it was a little bit insane.
I mean, some of the lyrics are silly.
Yeah.
Her debut studio album, Let Her Burn, received generally favorable reviews, solidifying her place in the hyperpop realm.
She did it. Rebecca Black made a solid little album and proved she is capable of pulling together a respectable pop record.
Recently, she performed a phenomenal Boiler Room DJ set where she showed her deep knowledge and taste for hard-hitting techno bangers, and the crowd went absolutely wild in support of her playing a Friday remix.
7 a.m. waking up in the morning.
Not that bad.
She had two choices. Make this song ruin my
Instrumental?
life, make this song make my life. Actually mad inspiring to see how she flipped the script. At first, it was funny to tease Rebecca Black, but now
What
people
the fu-
recognize we were way too harsh.
She was just a teenager. Me in 2011, what a stupid voice, she should die. I just thought it was something evil, but I never really thought that she should die. I never thought that, dude. That's fucked. And over here, she was me nowadays. She was just a teenager and was just having fun. I'm a monster for hating her so much. Well, I mean, it depends on how old you were during that time. If you were like a teenager, like 13 or whatever, don't beat yourself up too much over here. But if you were like a grown ass adult over here and then legitimately hating her and thinking that she should actually die just because of that music video, then that's like some issues that if you had issues there, you probably still have the same issues now. But like now I feel like a lot of the internet people during those days, they were like teenagers, kids, just memeing the song and stuff. And now, of course, nowadays we feel bad. But yeah, it's good to see that people did come back around her and are now way much more supportive now to her these days around.
On an innocent 7th grader who was just trying to have a fun new experience. Friday was always a bad song, and it still is. But Rebecca rewriting her narrative and earning a genuine fan base from her hard work and creative vision could be one of the most respectable redemption arcs in history.
100%. Now let's see what her discography is. I want to see like the album, and if she has like if she has an upcoming one, that'll be interesting if she does. But let's see over here. So studio albums: Let Her Burn and Salvation. Oh, Salvation got released February 27, 2025. Singles Friday, that was her first one, man. Music videos. Any awards? She won a Teen Choice Awards in 2011 for Choice Web Star. Got nominated at MTV O Music Awards for Favorite Animated GIF. Which seat can I take? 2022 Lavera Awards Self-Release Record of the Year. Rebecca Black was here nominated. But what is the Salvation album? 7 songs, 35 minutes. Huh. Good for her, man. Good for her. Alright, but yeah, once again, W video by Patrick CC.